Okay, so in this section, we're going to talk about how to move objects in Blender. Basically, um, moving left to right, up to down, scaling, um, like making it bigger or smaller, rotating, and all that. So first of all, when you open your Blender and go to General, you see this default cube. So when you click on this default cube, you see this orange line outline around the uh, edges of the cube. So that means it is selected. If you select outside here, then that outline disappears. That means you haven't selected the object. So let's go to moving this, you know, moving part of this object. Click on this object, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna press G on your keyboard. So what it does, it makes uh sorry, it makes the cube ready to move. Once you press the G, you don't click any button on your mouse. Okay, do not click. Just move your mouse or just move your finger on the touchpad if you're not using mouse. Uh, Move it, and once you are satisfied with the position or the location, just left click on the mouse. Now you have moved the cube from its original place to a new location. Okay, I'm gonna press Control Z, or Control Z. It's the same as any other software. It's undo. Okay, unless you have changed this to any other shortcut keys. Okay, congratulations, you have successfully moved the default cube in Blender. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we can move this this screen, the viewport. If you click here and then drag, it doesn't do anything. Okay, you can just select these things. Okay, but you cannot move this area. There's nothing you can do. So move this thing, this 3D viewport. You press on the scroll, what do you call it, scroll bar on your mouse, the middle one, okay, it's the scroll bar. Click and then drag, left or right. Okay, so in this way you can move the 3D viewport. Okay. Alternatively, if you are using touchpad, just use two fingers on touchpad. Use two fingers and then just drag left, right, up, down. So that will move this viewport. Okay. And alternatively, there is something called move the view. Okay, you can just click on this hand, the sign or symbol, whatever you call it, this icon, hand icon. Click on the hand icon and just move your mouse. Okay. Oh, that's a different thing. Sorry about that. I was wrong about that. Just delete that from your memory. First of all, you're gonna go to this thing here. Okay. You can see X, Y, Z, all that. Just go to center of this thing, click, and then drag. Okay, so that way you can rotate this view, 3D view. Okay, so this thing I just mistakenly used, the move the view. This is for moving from left to right, up and down. It doesn't rotate, it doesn't spin. Okay, like this. Okay, so if you don't use this hand icon, what you can do is you can click the shift key and the same scroll bar, the scroll button on your mouse. Hold the shift key and click the scroll bar and then move up, down, left, right. Okay, that way you can move the screen. Okay, so again, I'm going to repeat it. If you press the scroll bar and then move like this, it's going to rotate the view. Okay, and if you hold the shift key and then do the same thing, press your scroll bar and then move, you're gonna see like it's gonna move up and down, left and right. And here again, you can use this this round thing here. Press click on the center and then it just move like this, up and down, left and right. It's gonna rotate the view, 3D viewport. And with this move the view icon, the hand icon, click and then we can move it up and down, left and right. So zoom, here you can just click on this zoom icon and then drag. If you drag up, it's going to zoom in. If you drag down, it's going to zoom out. Alternatively, you have the scroll bar on your or scroll bar, sorry, it's scroll wheel, I guess. Your scroll wheel on your mouse, just scroll up to zoom in, scroll down to zoom out. Sorry about what I said earlier. It's not scroll bar, it's scroll wheel. Okay, and then you have a lot of different views here. If you click one on number pad, one on number pad on your keyboard, it gives front view. So it doesn't look like 3D. It looks like 2D. 2D designing software or something like that, because it's giving like exactly front view, okay, without any perspective, front view of your object. Okay, and then okay, I'm gonna show you I'm gonna go to these different what do you call it, different modes here, shading modes later, but just to show you how it works, I'm gonna change this color over here. Oh, sorry. Just bear with me, I'm gonna show you something. Okay. Oh, not done yet. Okay. So this is the front view. The front part is like pink. The other parts are blue. So now you can see it clearly. So when you press number 1 or number pad, this is the front view. And if you press 3, this is the side view. So this is this part, okay? The side view. number 3, and then if you press number 7, the top view, this one, the top part, okay? Number 7. Alternatively, you can use this thing here. So, okay, the front view here is -y. If you click here, this is front view. And then X, this is the side view, and Z or Z is top view, okay? And you can do on both the sides, like -y is front view. If you click the -y once again, it goes to Y, that is the back side, okay? And then if you click X here, the side view, if you click on the X once again, it's the other side. Same here, Z is the top view. Click on the Z again, this minus that is bottom view. Let's come to the front view. Okay, so that's how you switch to different views, okay? That is very important. Like when you make some designs, the shapes, you know, if you make a shape like in this mode, it's not gonna work. Like it's gonna distort your design, the shape. Instead of doing that, if you go to like one particular view, either front, either side, or top view, you're gonna have a good view or a good place to start making your shapes. Okay, so this is how you move and view from different sides. Let's come to this part. Okay, so by default, you are on solid mode. Solid mode is usually used when you want to model something. You want to make different shapes, and the material preview mode. This is done once you're finished, once you're done with the modeling part, like the shapes and all that, shapes and sizes. Now you're gonna go and you want to fill colors, textures and all that. You need to go to material preview mode. And the last one is obviously render preview mode. That is the one that shows you how it actually looks, you know, after rendering. Okay, so notice how these two are different. Material preview mode shows your material, but it doesn't show the actual lighting. So when you go to render preview mode, it shows, you know, the lighting. That's why it looks kind of different. So this is light. If you change the light position here, you can see like it looks like this. So that's the actual thing you're gonna see in I mean after rendering your model, your object, whatever it is. Okay, so that's how it works. And another here we have wireframe mode. If you click here, it's gonna show only the wireframe. That means only the lines. It doesn't show any face, any material or anything like that. Just the lines, the outlines. Okay. So let's go to this default mode, that is solid mode. And whatever mode you are on, whether it's wireframe or solid mode, material preview mode, or render preview mode, there's something called toggle X-ray. So what it does is it shows all the lines that are not visible from one side. Let me show you an example. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is okay, so okay, so right now it doesn't show anything, but if you do this toggle X-ray, especially on edit mode, since we are on object mode, it doesn't show anything, but on edit mode, it's gonna show all the lines behind. So these lines, this is on the back side. If you're not on X-ray mode, if you turn off this X-ray mode, even in the edit mode, it just shows the front part. So you cannot select the back side from this front view. But if you turn on this X-ray, you can select, okay, this the back side. I'm gonna show you an example. Suppose I'm gonna select this part. So what it does, it selects the visible parts. It has selected this and this, but if you go to this back side, it has not selected anything. Okay. So if you go to toggle X-ray, now if you select like this, it has selected all the parts, like front, back, up, down. So that's the benefit of using X-ray. Okay, let's come to object mode. I think I already mentioned how object mode and edit mode work. If you're not sure, just let me show you. So I already actually showed you that in object mode you cannot see anything. If you go to edit mode, you're gonna see all the lines here, and if you turn on the X-ray, you're gonna see the back side of the object, which otherwise you won't be able to see. And in edit mode, we do all the editing, like distorting the shapes, whatever. Okay, so that's done in edit mode. Okay, so basically this section is about like moving the object from one place to another and then scaling and all that, so I'm not gonna go deep into those edit mode things. Okay, so after moving here and there, I'm gonna show you. Okay, first of all, you might have forgotten, just click on the object, press G, and then move it. Okay, that's moving. Alternatively, you can go here, as you can see, move. Okay, you can click here, and then you can drag here, here. Okay, it shows the direction. Usually, Blender users use keyboard shortcuts rather than using these tools. But since you're a beginner, you might forget. So if you forget the shortcut keys, you can just go to this move tool here and then move here and there. So let's see, if you click here, okay, let's go back to the select box. Click on the object, press G. Now you can move it freely, but if you press after pressing G, if you press X, now it's gonna move on only X axis. Okay, it's not gonna go to Y axis or Z axis. It just moves on one side, one direction. Okay, same thing, G, and then if you press Y, it moves towards Y axis. And press G and then Z, it's gonna move up and down on Y axis. Okay, that's what you need to know. And that same thing, we have rotation, that is R. R for rotation, and then you drag your mouse, move your mouse, it just rotates. But that's kind of random, but if you press R and then press X, it moves on X axis, it rotates on X axis only. Similarly, R and then Y rotates on Y axis, R and then Z rotates on Z axis. Okay, and let's go to okay, alternatively you can go to this rotate tool here, and then you see this red, green, and blue, those are axes. Just click on one axis and then move it. Okay, like this. Okay, okay, so now let's go to the select box tool once again, but that's the default tool. And let's go to scaling. Press S for scaling, and you don't need to press anything, click anything, just drag your mouse up and down. Okay, and after you're satisfied, just click, and then you have a big cube. Okay, S and then drag, make it small, click, and then you have a small cube. Okay, quite simple. Now we have different options here. If you press S, it's ready to scale, but now if you press X, it expands or contracts on only X axis. Okay, similarly, press S and then Y for Y axis. It just becomes big and small only on Y axis. And press S and then Z or Z moves on Z axis, like it becomes tall or short. That's what you need to know. And you have another trick. So how are you gonna move, like how are you gonna resize the cube, maintaining its its proportion? If you press S and then X, it's gonna expand to X, but that means it's not a cube, like perfect cube anymore. Okay, all the sides are not equal. If you go to Y, it's the same thing. It's not a perfect cube. So what you can do is there's something similar, but when you press Shift with your axis, it's gonna make it a lot more sense. Press S and then press Shift Z. Now what it does, it moves to it locks the Z axis. It will not expand towards Z axis, but it'll move towards both Y and X. Click. Now if you see from this view, you can see that the top and bottom part, they're perfect square. Only the left, the side views, the sides different. I don't know what to say, left and right. Those are not square, but the top and bottom, it's perfect square. So if you want to maintain that perfect square on one side, you're gonna press Shift and then the axis. You can do that on same thing on different axes, like press S and then press Shift X. Now it has it moves up and down and towards Y and like front and back, but on the side it's not expanding. Click, and then if you see this part is perfect square. Okay, same thing. Press S and then Y. Sorry, press S and then Shift Y. Now you have locked the Y-axis, so it's going to move towards X and Z. As you can see, on the part of Y-axis, it's perfect square. Perfect square. Okay. So yeah, that is how you move and scale. Basically, transform your object in Blender. So I think I'm gonna stop this section, the moving or transforming section here. So I'm gonna see you in the next section.